Signs that your partner might be unhappy in your relationship. 1. Communication has decreased. They might not be as open or talkative as they used to be, and conversations may feel forced or superficial. 2. They're spending less time with you. If they're often making plans without you or seem to be avoiding spending time together, it could be a sign. 3. Lack of affection. A decrease in physical touch, like hugging, holding hands, or kissing, can be a sign of emotional distance. 4. They seem distracted or distant. If they're often lost in thought or seem uninterested in what's happening around them, it could indicate unhappiness. 5. Frequent arguments. If you're arguing more often than usual and about trivial things, it could be a sign of underlying dissatisfaction. 6. They're less interested in future plans. If they're avoiding discussions about the future or making long-term plans, it might be because they're unsure about the relationship. 7. Changes in their behavior. If they're acting differently, like being more secretive, or if their daily routine has changed significantly without a clear reason, it could be a sign. 8. They're constantly criticizing you. If they're frequently pointing out your flaws or blaming you for things that go wrong, it might indicate dissatisfaction. 9. They seem to be happier when you're not around. If they seem more cheerful or relaxed when they're with friends or doing activities without you, it could be a sign. 10. They're not as responsive. If they're taking longer to respond to your texts or calls, or if they're not as engaged in your conversations, it could indicate they're unhappy. 11. They're not as interested in intimacy. A decrease in sexual activity or a lack of interest in being intimate can be a sign of emotional distance. 12. They're often defensive. If they're frequently on the defensive, even when there's no need to be, it could be a sign of underlying issues. Remember, these are just potential signs, and it's important not to jump to conclusions. The best way to understand what's going on is to talk to your partner openly and honestly. How are you planning to handle this situation?